Alain Prost has got an enormous advantage because he's got a clear circuit in front of him as they go down to La Source, which is only about 100 yards away. It's a good start. Down to the right-hander, first gear this is, and as you can see already, it's Ayrton Senna in the lead. And off spins. I can't see who that is, and it's incredible the way it's one of the Brabhams. It must have been Piquet. Senna is leading, Prost is second, Alboreto is already up to third, Mansell is fourth. Here's a replay of the start, and you see Senna sprinting away from the line, going down to the right-hander at La Source. First gear, it's about a 50-mile-an-hour bend. Doesn't sound much, but it's extremely quick. Now watch Piquet spin. Piquet, who is in second position, spins off. Prost and the two Ferraris go past him in second, third and fourth positions.
Yes, pretty hairy moment. Everybody just missed it. And you can see there that Piquet kept the engine running, ended up, and there he is on the left, facing the right way and got away pretty much straight away.
Senna leads, Prost second, Nigel Mansell third, and very close to the McLaren. As Nigel Mansell comes out of the slipstream of Alain Prost with sparks flying, he's on full tanks, and those are the titanium skids, and he's taken second place. Nigel Mansell from Port Erin in the Isle of Man is up into second place in the Belgian Grand Prix. Down to third goes Prost. Senna is still leading, and those three are on their own. Senna with a healthy gap between himself and Nigel Mansell in second place, with Alain Prost right behind him. That's Alboreto's car out, and that, if Prost finishes in the points, will almost certainly clinch the World Championship for the little French driver. And that is Johansson off. Well, the Belgian Grand Prix is really getting exciting.
Yes, but on both occasions they have gone out on dry tyres and I think got carried away. Ginzani just literally has come out of the hairpin, round down the hill, and he just lost it on the straight. He just got overexcited, gave it too much boot.
And clearly the second Ferrari is out of the Belgian Grand Prix. What a day of disaster for Maranello, with Michele Alboreto out on lap 5 and now on lap 8. It's Johansson, and Senna has changed tyres.
Zegers Senna on his slicks with Mansell by the look of it, also on brand new slicks. So the two of them side by side, and Senna just got the better of Mansell there.
So Ayrton Senna, who took the lead right at the beginning of this race, with Alain Prost in second place, and then Nigel Mansell in third place. Senna has regained that lead, and Mansell spinning. Mansell spins. Now you can see what the problem slick tyres are, with Nigel Mansell half spinning at La Source on lap 10. He recovered in a masterly fashion. He's onto the dry part of the circuit now. As you can see, the sun is shining, and you can see from the different colour of the road surface that a really dry line is starting to emerge.
And Keke Rosberg, who was the first to change tyres, and I can't believe it. I mean, we sit here, we knew this was the right thing to do, and it's paying off now, because there's replay of Nigel Mansell, just locked up the back wheels. You see the flame there, kept the engine running, kept it alight, and he only lost less than 10 seconds anyway, and he's right back, still in second place. But Rosberg, who was a bit down in the field to start off, has come flying through into third place and has just passed Alain Prost. So Rosberg will be the quickest on the track for a while, because he's got the warmest tyres. He also knows the lines best, because he's been out there longest in these tricky conditions. And another person has attacked the barrier right under our noses. It's Philippe Alliot, who has lost it again with all the power of these cars on the straight line, and he's whacked the barrier, and that is bye-bye Alliot. There he is. He's really bent the front wheel.
So we are now just about at the halfway stage. We're on lap 21 out of 43, looking at the battle for third place between Keke Rosberg and Alain Prost, with in front of them Ayrton Senna leading Nigel Mansell by 12 seconds. And Rosberg trying very hard to get past as they went through La Source. Nigel Mansell having nothing of it. Teammates they may be, but individuals they are too, and each of them means to hold that second place in the hope for them that something will happen to Ayrton Senna, and it has. several times this year in the past, in which case one of these two could yet end up as the winner in Belgium. This is the best race on the circuit for second place.
Rosberg demonstrated that difficulty of coming off, and here, oh, he had a look. That he demonstrated the difficulty of overtaking when you've got a dry line and the rest of the track's wet. He stepped out, he got a beautiful run at Nigel Mansell. He stepped out of the dry line to try and have a look down and out, breaking down the inside, and of course he had to brake earlier because he was on the wet, and it's a real problem. And was that a problem there? Yes, it looks like Rosberg is in trouble. He slowed right down coming out of the hairpin as he went away, and something is wrong with Keke Rosberg. There he goes.
So we'll see now as Nigel Mansell comes towards us. There is the man who is in second place, Nigel Mansell, and he's off. Nigel Mansell now, either his tyres or his brakes are going, because Nigel Mansell ran right over the apex of the corner there. It shouldn't have done him any harm, or the car any harm, because there wasn't a very high ridge there, but nevertheless Nigel Mansell is in some sort of trouble, which means that Ayrton Senna, who we haven't seen for a long time but is still 18 seconds ahead of the second place man, and Mansell seems to me to be going slow there too.
Here we go, we're seeing it again. Now I think he was just late on the brakes. He stood wide, bump, bump, bump. He just basically got onto the wet, and I hope that was just a little slip of concentration, a bit naughty by Nigel, because in these conditions you cannot let go for a moment. And Piquet has got past Derek Warwick. Well, I suppose it was inevitable. Derek did a good job holding him off for as long as he could, but Piquet came charging up behind him, and Nelson is really flying. Ayrton Senna is doing exactly the opposite now. He's done his work for the afternoon. He's taking it very slowly and gently. He's just cruising it round to the finish. He's cut the revs right down on his engine. I could hear that as he went past us.
Ayrton Senna going through to complete his 42nd lap and start his 43rd and last lap. And Ayrton Senna now has got very little distance to go, because he's on his way up to the bus stop, and when he clears the bus stop he could kick out the clutch, and that's Thierry Boutsen walking in, having retired from 7th position right in the closing stages of the race. Rotten luck for the Belgian, but now Senna is almost home, because he will pass Boutsen as Senna exits the bus stop, and I hope the producer's going to let us see Senna finishing. So Ayrton Senna finishes first, the second win in his career, although the Belgian producer concentrates on Thierry Boutsen walking in. Nigel Mansell second, Alain Prost third, Keke Rosberg fourth, Nelson Piquet fifth, and Derek Warwick in sixth place.
Well, it was a very good race. I was a little disappointed because I was sort of holding the time at 10 and 12 seconds with Ayrton, but then I had a brake balance problem with the car that took me a few laps to sort out. And then Mark Surer almost pushed me off the circuit at the top, and then I had a small brake balance problem again later in the race. So all in all, you know, I'm very happy to have come second.